Hello, welcome back to a crash course in circuit theory. I'm continuing the driver subsystem theory lesson. Sorry for the abrupt cutoff in the last video. I was just explaining that circuit number 2 basically is controlled by the 12-volt power supply, and the transistor switches on and off and provides current through the lamp, through the transistor to switch it on, depending upon the current into the base. Once again, you can treat this as two separate series circuits. In this slide here, what I've done is I've separated the two circuits to make it clear in my mind and hopefully in your mind how these two circuits operate. What you have to keep in mind is this, that this portion of the circuit, the TC, depends on the behavior or the current that's going into this portion of the circuit. This is what we called current controlled current, or in some instances you can say it is a current controlled voltage. From the data sheet, this information will be given and you can decide and do your calculations accordingly, which we will do in the next video as an example. But basically what happens is that when this switch is open, no current flows into this TB, which is the transistor base. And we said that when the transistor base has no current, then the transistor is in the cutoff region, which means the TC over here acts like an open circuit or a very, very, very large resistor. And if this is a very, very large resistor, we know from our circuit theory that very little current will flow through this series network, especially not enough current to turn on the lamp. However, once we close this switch, then it will allow much current to go into the transistor base. And once current starts flowing into the transistor base, then this transistor collector region will immediately go to saturation, which means a large amount of current will flow through here. The resistance of the transistor will drop dramatically, which means it will be very small. And we know what happens when the resistor is very small. There's a very small voltage drop across it, which means a large part of the voltage will be in this section of the circuit. And because there's a large voltage, then of course we will get a larger current. And the transistor allows that, which means the lamp will be allowed to turn on. So using your previous circuit analysis of series circuits, you are able to understand basically how a transistor works. But I would, once again, like to draw a small dotted line between these two blocks, just to reaffirm that these two blocks are connected, and they're connected by the condition of the base current will determine how the collector current will be processed. So they're dependent upon each other. But the beautiful thing about the transistor is that a very small current is allowed to control a very large current. And this is the essence or the wonder of the transistor. In the next video, what I will do is I will step you through a simple design where we connect our microcontroller up to the transistor and we go step by step through the calculations necessary to configure a typical driver circuit. Thank you.